Life often begins with a question whispered into the void. What is my purpose? We step onto a path we believe is ours, fueled by dreams and the boundless energy of youth. But the world has a way of testing those dreams, of dimming that initial light with unforeseen shadows. We strive, we plan, we chase. We dedicate our hearts to a vision, an aspiration that feels profoundly true. Yet, there are moments when the ground beneath us seems to vanish, leaving us suspended in doubt. Imagine the weight of a dream that refuses to take flight. The aspiring artist whose canvases gather dust. The entrepreneur whose brilliant ideas meet deafening silence. Each rejection, each closed door, chips away at the resolve, leaving behind a growing sense of futility. Finances become a tightrope walk over an abyss of worry. Every bill is a reminder of unmet expectations, every empty account a stark symbol of perceived failure. The burden can feel crushing, a constant whisper that you are not enough. Then, there is the struggle within, the battle against discipline. We know what needs to be done, the effort required, the consistent action. But motivation wanes, procrastination takes hold, and the grand vision feels perpetually out of reach. A lack of direction can be the most insidious challenge of all. It's the feeling of drifting, of being unmoored in a vast ocean. The world rushes by, seemingly full of people who know exactly where they're going, while you remain lost in the current. This cocktail of doubt, financial strain, and internal struggle can lead to profound isolation. We build walls, perhaps out of shame, perhaps out of a misguided attempt to protect ourselves from further disappointment. The silence grows louder, and the hope once so vibrant begins to fade. But even in the deepest valleys, light can find a way to pierce through. It often begins subtly, not with a grand revelation, but with a quiet questioning. What if there is more to this struggle than meets the eye? Perhaps it's an unexpected conversation, a chance encounter with someone who shares a word of encouragement, or a passage from an old book, a piece of music that resonates with a forgotten truth deep within your soul. These moments, often dismissed as mere coincidences, begin to sow seeds of an alternative perspective. In the midst of chaos, a pattern starts to emerge. A path that seemed blocked now appears to have been a necessary detour. A failure that felt devastating morphs into a lesson learned, a critical piece of wisdom gained for the next step. The seemingly random events of life begin to weave together. A job lost opens the door to a skill discovered. A friendship ended makes space for a deeper connection. These are not accidents. They are threads in a tapestry that is slowly, meticulously being formed. It is in these quiet moments of reflection, when the noise of the world softens, that we begin to sense a presence, a gentle nudge, an inner knowing, suggesting that we are not entirely alone in our journey. That perhaps, just perhaps, there is a guiding hand. This realization dawns like a slow sunrise. The unseen architect is at work, orchestrating every detail, shaping every circumstance. Our challenges are not roadblocks, but rather tools in the hands of a master builder, refining our character and strengthening our foundation. The moments of financial struggle become lessons in resourcefulness and trust. The battle with discipline transforms into an understanding of perseverance. The feeling of being lost gives way to a deeper dependence on divine guidance. Faith is not merely a belief in what we cannot see. It is trust in the one who sees all. It is the courage to keep moving forward, even when the path is obscured, knowing that every step is part of a grander design. This faith provides an anchor in the storms of life. Hope is rekindled, not as a naive wish, but as a steadfast certainty. It is the assurance that goodness awaits, that purpose will be revealed, and that every tear shed will eventually be redeemed. Hope becomes the compass guiding us through the unknown. Redemption is the ultimate promise of this divine architecture. It is the belief that no mistake is too great, no past too broken, to be woven into something beautiful and meaningful. Our failures are not the end of our story, but pivotal chapters in our transformation. As we embrace this perspective, our actions begin to shift. We approach our struggles not with despair, but with a renewed sense of purpose. We start to look for the lessons, for the grace embedded in every challenge. We learn to surrender our own limited blueprints, trusting that the architect's plan is infinitely wiser and more expansive than anything we could conceive. This surrender is not defeat. It is true freedom. The journey may still be arduous, but it is no longer aimless. Each effort, each prayer, each act of kindness becomes a building block. We are not just living our lives, we are actively participating in a divine construction project. We discover that our unique gifts, our passions, and even our past pains are all crucial elements. They are not random, they are specifically designed pieces that fit perfectly into the grand mosaic of our purpose. We find strength in community, in shared faith, understanding that we are all part of a larger divine community. Our individual stories intertwine, supporting and inspiring one another. This connection fuels our resilience. Ultimately, the unseen architect's design is not merely about individual success. It is about becoming the person we were created to be, a person of strength, compassion, and unwavering faith. It is about living a life that reflects the glory of the Creator. The chaos and uncertainty that once defined our existence are transformed into stepping stones. The financial anxieties find their balance in divine provision and wise stewardship. The lack of discipline yields to a deeper commitment driven by purpose. We come to understand that our lives are masterpieces in progress, constantly being shaped and refined by a loving hand. Every line, every shade, every texture has its place and its meaning within the grand design. So, when you feel lost, when the path ahead is shrouded in mist, remember this truth. You are not adrift. You are being guided. There is an unseen architect meticulously crafting every detail of your life. Lean into your faith. Hold on to hope. Embrace the journey of redemption. For even in the quietest moments, even amidst the greatest storms, the divine plan is unfolding, beautiful and purposeful. Trust the architect, for your life is being built for something magnificent.